Okay, hi, it's Veronica. So thank you for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are my subscribers, welcome back. Nice to see you guys. So just basically gonna do a video to talk about life after weight loss surgery at 12 weeks post-op. It's not about stats, it's not about weight loss, that stuff. I'm gonna talk about life in general after weight loss surgery and up to now. So currently I'm 12 weeks post-op. I am living in New Jersey, South Jersey, and I'm actually going to be moving into Philadelphia, Philly, so in a couple days. So I'm kind of transitioning with that. So pardon, as usual, my luck. But yeah, life has been crazy, I think, in good ways, and has been an eye-opener. I had my surgery back on March 28th and of this year, and I have to say reflection has been if there was more videos, I wish there was more videos that I found to prepare myself for the mental and emotional changes that come with weight loss surgery. I personally will be speaking about my experience and personally, my journey, and it's just my experience. Not everybody goes through the same thing. Some people do, some people don't. Some people experience similar things, but everybody's journey is different. It is your own journey. So if you're looking into weight loss surgery and kind of debating whether to get the VSG or RNY, just everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own stuff to go through, and it's a beautiful experience if you embrace all the good with the bad and the sad and the emotions. For me, I definitely have to say I do see why they make you do a mental evaluation for surgery, because not a lot of people, I guess, can come to the terms of realizing that food addiction, carb addiction, sugar addiction is a real thing, and that just because you're going to get the surgery does not mean that everything's going to be fixed miraculously by a snap of a finger. Food addiction is real, and carb addiction is real, and sweet addiction, sugars, all that stuff, those addictions are real. And if you don't have the mindset or the mind power, the willpower, you can fail your tool, because we are all taught that surgery is not a quick fix. It is harder, I believe it is harder than any diet that I ever did. And I have gone through South Beach diet, I've gone through Atkins diet, I've gone through all the drinks you can think of, Slim Fast, I've done Weight Watchers for years, I've done doing the intermittent fasting, I've done the being a vegetarian, vegan, and eating clean, and those are hard, but this is even way harder. It's just, and it's not just, the whole you can't eat this and that and calculate this and that. It's not just that, it's just the whole mental thing that comes with it. I've noticed personally, it's one that teaches you to love yourself and to listen to yourself and to deal with a lot of stuff. And, an addiction replaces an addiction. And with this type of surgery, I know a lot of people have substituted their food, and myself, I can't even, just like myself personally, I have substituted my eating, my emotions, to working out my emotions and asphyxiating myself on walking like crazy. I still don't feel comfortable going to a gym, lifting weights, but I do need to get there. So I'm excited because my new apartment's gonna have a gym there, so I feel more happy and more secure. But I am asphyxiated with making sure I reach the minimum of 10,000 steps and that I am up and I am moving, and that number, by the time it is 2 hours that I'm awake, I have at least 1,000 steps done. And that replaced my what am I going to eat, what's there to snack on stuff. And for me, what I've noticed is that the mental aspect of this journey has been intense for myself. I had to literally deal with my crap. Like, I literally have to deal with all of my crap. Even though I said no, I was an emotional eater before. No, I don't eat my emotions. No, I don't have a problem. It's my health. Yes, I did have health problems. Yes, I did have chronic health issues that, did make me a candidate for weight loss surgery. Yes, a lot of medications did make me gain weight. However, I was not always on those medications, and I wasn't always this big. I was never that big. I was never more than a size 16, and I never fit in a size 20 pants. Like, I did, and I had a heart attack, and I literally wore leggings and dresses, and that was it. Stuff to cover me up because I refused to be bigger. And I never realized that I had some deep issues that I covered up with food, with ice cream, with soda, with sugar, with coffee, with just anything and everything that I can just put in my mouth. Something to put in my mouth. If it wasn't food, it was a drink. And if it wasn't, soda, it was liquor. And this surgery for myself has made me literally sit in front of a mirror and look at the dusty, dirty, broken, screwed up me. And I've had to deal with every single dust, with every single dirt, with every single crack, and I've had to work with my issues that I had. I never really thought I had that many problems. I personally have gone through a lot, and I was a person to suppress those because I was not allowing it to control me. But by suppressing having to deal with it, I substituted it with food. I just never really put one to one together, I guess. And this journey has been one that just 12 weeks post-op has made me realize that I have stuff I have to deal with. I have things I'm willing to deal with, things that I have to deal with, and things that, unresolved issues I thought were resolved and are really not, because there's sometimes I just think about it till this day and I just want to not think about it, and I'm like, oh, I know I have chocolate, I have sugar-free chocolate, so let me eat it. No, not because now I have healthy choices and I'm not going to push my sleeve. I have to deal with what's on my mind. Deal with anger issues and emotional issues. It's just, this journey has been one heck of a ride, and I'm grateful for it. Another thing was dealing with my family, my blood family. I currently don't live with them. I live with my godparents and their 2 younger children, as I stated, I believe, in a before video. And I've had maybe visited my blood family, my sisters and my mother in Chicago maybe twice a year. And, our relationship was food. I ate like a man. Literally, I would eat. I'm Mexican, so I would eat like 10 tacos and then 2 scoops of rice and 2 scoops of beans with pico de gallo on the side and chiles on the side, and even though majority of those foods were vegetables and good stuff besides rice, and then you got the meat, and then you got the quantity, and then you got the how much time between meals, it just opened up my eyes, and this last visit to Chicago opened up their eyes too. I told my family that I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy done about 4 days prior to arriving to Chicago because I was nervous on how they felt. I was always the smallest one in my family. They're all bigger than me. They're all older than me, but bigger than me in size too, and I was nervous on how they would react, so I was trying to get them to not react and not let it simmer if it was in a negative way. But getting there, they seen my change, and they were actually, my sisters were excited and proud. My mother took a while for her to turn around, and then actually in my trip we talked about it, and apparently her doctor's been trying to get her to do the RNY surgery because of her health issues, and she is healthy enough to do it now, but her age is getting up there, and try to get her to start her life over again. But then she was talked out of it, so she never did it. And then we talked about it, and now she's reconsidering. I told her personally it's not for everybody. The RNY was not for me. The sleeve was for me, was my choice. She asked for more information about that because he never talked about the vertical sleeve gastrectomy. He only talked about the RNY, which is the whole, gastric bypass. And we talked a lot about that. And then actually, not too long ago, my sisters called up, and everybody, I guess, by seeing me, the way I eat, even though it's limited, but it's clean, I guess they've all sort of changed their diets and their foods, which is good. So I'm hoping it's a permanent lifestyle change for them, and to get them going to, better themselves, because I realized for myself that I did more damage to my body then than what people think I did with the surgery now. Yeah, some people think that I fucked up my body for surgery. For what? To be vain. That's what people have told me. You did the surgery to be vain. No, I didn't. I did the surgery for me because I had to, and I had to get myself under control. And this is the way that I saw fit. Everybody does it their own way. And yes, you're gonna have people, or not saying you will have people that I know for sure, but there are gonna be those, negative Nancy's in your life that will, want to bring it up and make you feel guilty, and you just have to really brush your shoulder and realize why you did it. You did it for yourself. I did it for me. Yes, I do have people throw it in my face. Ever since you got the surgery, blah, blah, blah. Ever since you got the surgery, you have an attitude problem. Ever since you got the surgery, you think you're hot shit. Ever since you got the surgery, you think you're just the most beautiful thing. Ever since you got the surgery, you're no longer humble. Okay. Ever since you got the surgery, I have anger issues. Ever since I got the surgery, I value myself more, and apparently it's a bad thing. I don't know. People are going to say what they want to say, and I've learned to keep quiet, because then it just really bothers me when I have to continuously say something, and sometimes a closed mouth, flies can get in, and it is better to be quiet sometimes than to stoop yourself down to somebody, especially people that never had to experience it. People that have been a size, 8 for the rest, their whole entire life, or the biggest they've ever been was a size 5, You just have to deal with it in your own way and vent. I vent on here sometimes, but I really vent on Instagram. I am so thankful for the beautiful ladies and the handsome brothers that, show love and support, because there's times where I had one particular family member make me made me feel so bad about myself that I had the surgery, and that made me basically say that I personally have changed for the worst since then, and made me double think and for a second if it's true, because they keep saying it over and over again. But thank you to my community, they did it. They re-talked me back into why I did it, reminded myself why I did this. Did I do it for them? No, I did it for myself. I went into surgery having 2 backbones. Oh, I should repeat. Rewind. I went in to my journey pre-op, with 2 backbones. By the time I got to the hospital, I had no backbone but my own. My main supporter dropped off the face of the earth. Was my ex-boyfriend. He was my main supporter, my go, Vero, go, do it for you, yes, I'm down, love you, blah, blah, blah. Disappeared. And my other backbone just never showed up to anything, and always blamed health issues. And I can't blame him, but sometimes more excuses, and then they're the same people that want to talk about you and talk about this and say, why aren't you doing that? Well, I don't understand why you can't eat this. What exactly? Well, if you showed up to the appointments with me, if you went to the meetings with me, maybe you would have known. But it is possible. It is possible despite what obstacles get thrown at you, as long as you know you want to do it for you. I've learned to love me more. Not like I didn't love myself more then. I did. But I love myself a whole different level now. I do. And this journey, 12 weeks post-op, has taught me to love me more and first. And then my cat. I love my cat a lot more. I love my cat as much as I love me. But, men are going to want to talk to you. The ones that didn't give you a time of day, just like you fellas will have ladies that never paid you a time of day, realize that you're physically getting more attractive or slimmer or more socially acceptable, and they're going to flock to you. And it's up to you. Either, hey, use them, or tell them to get lost, or enjoy the intention. It's up to you. Me, personally, I entertain it for a second, and then say, look, well, you weren't interested in me when I was 70 pounds heavier. Well, now that I'm 70 pounds lighter, now you want to talk to me? Find yourself another person. That's just the way I am right now. And, you appreciate yourself and your worth. I value myself a lot more now, because I've seen how people treated me in the past, and how people are changing the way they treat me now. And sometimes it's for the good, not always negative. Sometimes it's just, it bothers you. It bothers me. I've seen people in the video say that, you become a jerk because it's like, you didn't love me when I was fat, now you love me now. And I relate to that right now, because I dropped a lot of weight, and I'm physically looking better, and men are more willing to jump now that I'm more physically attractive. And now I realize, do I really want to talk to that person still? Do I really want to associate myself with people like that? My true colors were when I was 234 plus pounds. When I ate like a man. When I drank like a man. Those are my true colors. Those were me at my darkest moments. And you left me. Like my ex-boyfriend. I was your sometimes girl. And when you see me now, it's just not going to happen. Because I love you more. And the surgery has taught me that. So, Anyways, that was way longer than I thought it was going to be, so I do apologize. If you did happen to make it to the end of this video, I am so forever grateful for you, and if you, again, have had the surgery, are going through similar things, you know, drop me a comment, talk, you know, we can exchange information and just, you know, be there for each other. That's what this, you know, weight loss community is really about, and this is what this, you know, YouTube videos are about. Some people are about trying to make money and being popular and being famous, but it's really about documenting for myself, documenting this journey so I can see the progression, and also getting in communication with those people that have, you know, are thinking about doing it and going the same route that I've gone and similar journeys. And that's what this is about, you know, love yourself. So if you're thinking about the surgery, continue doing research. I can only give you my advice on how I've gone through it and what I did, and you know, that's all we can do here in this community, is just talk about our experiences and you know, and just be there. It's about support. Sometimes your biggest supporter is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles away, not literally across the room. So that's what it is. So thank you for watching. Be blessed. And till next week for my 13-week post-op status video. Love you guys. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share. And I hope to see you guys and do more videos.